They're actually so good. Like, they're so good. They're definitely the best. Like,
what's the absolute best tofu scramble recipe? I'm hoping to find out today when I put two world-class recipes in a head-to-head battle for affection. Let's get serious and cook for my vegan wife.
So we'll start with love and lemons, and the first recipe is to make a quick sauce by struggling to crush some garlic, and you need 2 cloves, so bear with me. I'm just going to go in there with a fork now to kind of speed this up. Anyway, once you've got your garlic, we've got some nutritional yeast, we've got some Dijon mustard, which I'm just going to scrape off with my finger, some turmeric for color, some cumin, some salt, and some almond milk. And then once that's all in there, you just whisk that up until it's combined and set it aside. And now it's time to fry up our onions. So we'll start by heating up some oil and then throwing in some diced onions and cooking them for a few minutes. And I decided to speed this footage up. Then before we go in with our tofu, I just have to explain to you here because she's asking for extra firm tofu and I went on an absolute voyage to find it.
Okay, so this is that part of the video where I can't find a specific ingredient because I live in Central Europe, and today it's extra firm tofu, which is quite important for scrambled tofu. But I went everywhere. I went to all the supermarkets and they don't say what the firmness is. It just says plain tofu or smoked tofu or almond tofu, and I don't know what almond tofu is. But I went to a specialty Asian shop and I picked this up, pressed tofu. And I asked the guy behind the counter, who looked like he had never seen tofu in his life before, and this might have been my fault, but I said, hey man, I really need extra firm tofu. Is this it? And he goes, yep. Yes, it is. So I bought it for €6. So I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, let me know. But I did try love and lemons. I really tried.
So she asked you to pat dry this with some kitchen roll before you crumble it, and this has got the texture of mousse. It's definitely the wrong stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, look, just use your spatula to break up any big bits that you have left over, and then just cook that up for a few more minutes. Now pour in your sauce that you made earlier on. So let's fold this in, and instead of using your spatula, let's use a different type of spatula and be careful not to break up the tofu too much because you do want those nice little chunks. And then once that's all cooked together, it's time to serve, which I did with some bread. Finish it off with some salt and cracked pepper and you're good to go. But what does their opponent from Rainbow Plant Life have to say about this? So Nisha Vora from Rainbow Plant Life starts off with some firm tofu, which you then self-press. So I'm just going to put it on a plate, some kitchen roll, a pot, and then a couple of cans as well, and just leave that for like 10 to 15 minutes. While that's smushing down, I'll put together her sauce, which has some turmeric for color, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, some chipotle chili flakes, some black salt, also known as namak, some black pepper, some nutritional yeast, and you're also going to add in a very generous big tablespoon of tahini. She uses oat milk instead of almond, and while I whisk this up, I want to talk about that black salt ingredient that I used before. If you've never used it, you've got to go find this stuff. It smells very pungent. It's very, very eggy, but you should go find it. It's great stuff. Once that's all whisked together, we'll start making our tofu. So I'm just going to discard this water that's been pressed out and then give it a little pat dry as well, because why not? And then crumble this pressed tofu into some hot oil and then cook it up for a few minutes. Now, Rainbow Plant Life does cook this for longer than the Love and Lemons recipe, and as you can kind of see, it needs to be browning before you do anything else. Another difference between the two recipes is that when the sauce goes in, this cooks for much shorter than the Love and Lemons recipe. And again, once this is in, we're going to fold it using a rubber spatula to try and keep those bigger chunks big. But let's plate this up with some more crusty bread. Finish that up with some extra black salt because the flavor does diminish while cooking. But now it's time to hand these dishes over to my beautiful wife.
I have 2 scrambled tofus, and the first one I'm gonna try is this one, which is from Love and Lemons. It looks really good. It looks very appetizing, and I'm a very hungry girl. So. Yeah, it's really good. It's a lot like scrambled eggs, I think, the way I remember them anyway. It's actually quite soft, and then there's some like crunchy onions inside, which I like. I'll try it with bread as well. Like, I really like that it's soft texture. Because yeah, this like it doesn't taste firm. But I think it's a good part that it doesn't. Yeah, so I wouldn't say there's like a strong like flavor of anything here, except for I guess the little onion pieces. Like, I think it's kind of supposed to not taste like anything.
Yeah.
Like, it just tastes like yeah. Like very like a light breakfast thing that would also be nice and filling. It's really, really good. So good. It's actually so good. I really like it.
Cool. Any other comments?
No, it's just yum. You only have one piece of this more, and then try that one. Now I'm gonna taste the scrambled tofu from Rainbow Plant Life. This one is a little bit like darker in color and has like bigger chunks. We bought the black salt together, so I know that this one has black salt because it didn't really taste like it. So I'll try it now. This one's actually nice and soft as well. Like they're not that much different, I think, in texture. You can definitely taste the black salt, a little bit of like spiciness and smokiness. And I think for me personally, this would be more of like a, I don't know, later in the day thing, because it feels a bit like, it tastes a bit like heavier and stronger than this one. This one seems really good for like a breakfast. There's probably no cinnamon in here, but I can it almost tastes like cinnamon to me. It's really weird. It's like, what is it in there? Yeah, I think maybe the tahini is what's like kind of throwing it off for me. I think I'd prefer it without. It has like, now that you say it, I can taste the kind of like the nuttiness, I guess. I don't think I'm like a huge fan of the spice in them, but just because I think for breakfast I wouldn't. Like I like spicy food otherwise, but I think for like breakfast foods I usually prefer them a little bit plainer. And I guess that's a breakfast food. It's cool though. Like it has a really cool texture, very like kind of, I don't know, creamy almost.
So before I make the best of both worlds version, which will hopefully combine them into like some sort of ultimate tofu scramble, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel. It would really help us out and I'd love you forever. Okay, that's enough groveling. Let's make some more scrambled tofu.
Okay, for a true best of both worlds version, I'm going to use both types of tofu. And this one does actually say firm on it. And I'm going to press this one, but I'm not going to show me doing that because I respect your time. So my sauce is going to have some nutritional yeast, some turmeric for color, some garlic powder because I'm not going through that again on camera, some black salt, some black pepper, and some oat milk, and then give that a whisk and set it aside as usual. And now it's time to fry up your onions in some hot oil until they're kind of browning a little bit. I've also cooked them for a little bit longer than Love and Lemons do. And I want to show you both tofus here. The one on the left is the firm tofu from Rainbow Plant Life, and the one on the right is the supposedly extra firm tofu, and you can really tell the difference. So we'll start with the firm tofu, and then I'll just crumble in this monstrosity, this goop that I was sold. But to be fair, the softness did actually seem to work out pretty well. So you want to break up those big bits as usual, and we'll stir it up and cook it for a few minutes. And now it's time to put in the sauce. We'll once again swap out to the other rubber spatula, which to be fair, we could have probably just used for every step in this video. But anyway, I've also decided to split the difference with the cooking of this sauce and go for about 90 seconds. Serve it up with some more crusty bread and sprinkle over some extra black salt and some black pepper and hand it over to the Tigress and our dog Lollipop.
Okay, Lolly, will you be chill enough to let me try my stuff? So I'm gonna try I'm gonna put Lolly down. I'm gonna try the like the best of both worlds tofu. And I'm very excited. It smells really nice. It smells like proper eggs and looks like them as well. They're really good. They're actually so good. Like they're so good. They're definitely the best. Like I'll say it again, but they're definitely the best. So I think that putting both tofus together was a great idea because my great idea. Because it's like it's lovely because it's like soft and then you get like chunk. You know what I mean? Like the way you would make eggs. All of the spices and the black salt and everything is really good. Yeah, because like for me the Rainbow Plant Life was a bit too intense with the flavor, but I liked the black salt from there so much. And then the other one I liked like the texture and stuff, and I thought it was mild. And then this one is like it has a strong flavor, but it's like mild enough for me to have it as breakfast, which I think is nice. Yeah, it also might be because I'm very hungry that I like them so much as well. Like I feel like especially with toast, it tastes like exactly like eggs. Really perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't fully get to taste these very often. Compliments to the chef.
It's actually they're great, like really good.
Yeah, I'm happy with those.